how did the first few games hit the College Football Playoff Committee? The first round games were total blowouts, absolute blowouts. And, Oregon fans today are, lamenting, obviously, if they weren't nearly in the same realm as the Ohio State, they would eventually have to face them or somebody who would knock them off and have a similar problem. But they're not happy that they had to face Ohio State at a neutral site in their first game. And there's already folks saying maybe the teams with bye weeks should get a home date themselves, that it would make things more competitive. Would certainly, maybe you come up with an idea where the bye week teams don't have to be conference champions, that you actually rank them. Notre Dame could get away with being an independent team and still having a bye week, that sort of thing. How do you think the first, I guess now 7 games of the college football playoffs has hit the College Football Playoff Committee, Dan?
I throw Tennessee in there too, as getting kind of unfairly seeded because of the way this thing worked out. That Tennessee team, I'm sure they're sitting there going, "See, we weren't that bad. Look what happened to Oregon too." Ohio State is just Ohio State. I think the obvious things are, and then they can probably get rid of is the seeding. It's not that Boise State and certainly Arizona State was properly seeded. Arizona State was fine. They lost in double overtime to the 5 seed. So it's not like there was a big problem there. Boise State was a good team. I thought they put a very good effort. And I think they should be really proud of how they did and how they atoned for themselves. But were they really the 3 seed? No. So getting rid of that for those spots in the conference championship. And this playoff system was created when there were 6 leagues, or 5 power leagues. And so you were looking at it like, well, there's the Pac-12 still existed, and we'll get a really good team in. The Big 12 hadn't switched out. So if you looked at it normally when they designed this, the top 4 seeds by conference champion, if you went back to the old conferences, would have been Oregon as a Pac-12, Ohio State or Penn State, whatever, as the Penn State as the Big 10, one of those two. And then Texas would have been a Big 12 team. And then you'd have Georgia. So it would have worked out a little bit better. But getting rid of that home field, maybe they get a home game in the first round, like they can be 7-8 or something. And then I think they have to go to quarterfinal home games. You saw the tickets, it's a softer ticket market. You're asking a lot of fans. If Ohio State is in Eugene, is that a different thing? You got to reward the regular season. You got to make the regular season matter. That's what they talk about all the time. Regular season, best regular season football. And then Oregon goes out and goes 13-0 and they get nothing for it. They got a bye, but they also had to play an extra game that Ohio State didn't. So they've played the equal amount of games. So they got absolutely nothing for this except a neutral site game against Ohio State. So there's a couple quick fixes. Now the Bulls are going to fight like hell to say, no, we don't want to give up the quarterfinals. But to me, the first round and the quarterfinals absolutely should be on campus for a variety of reasons. And those are a lot easier to fix than some other stuff. I'll tell you what I have not seen. We need to expand and get more teams in. I haven't seen that. That hadn't been the issue. We got enough teams. Like there's probably 6 to 7 teams that could have really advanced in this tournament. And that's fine. And then the other ones kind of sort themselves out. So we're good with 12.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.